All right, so today we are continuing our string quartet series with Mario Lavista's fourth string quartet. And like all of his other string quartets that we've looked at, it has a subtitle, in this case, Sinfonias. I believe Sinfonia is the Italian word for symphony. So it's not the most descriptive word. It's been used. I think Bach used it to title some of his pieces, and I think it is like some sort of interlude or something to that effect. It might mean something is symphonic, or it might mean that something is like incidental music. For like an opera or something. But I guess we'll see. We'll try to decipher what that means when we listen to it. This is what the first stanza looks like. And this one is from 1996. And it seems to be in a single movement, like the recording I have here by Quarteto Latino-Americano. It's just a 16-minute piece. The score is only 25 pages, and it starts at least at eighth equals 58. So this might be a very slow piece, or at least notated at a slow tempo. I was looking into the commissioner here and the dedicatee, Joan Niles Sears, and she is I guess a wealthy patron of the arts that lived in Ithaca, New York, who sponsored a number of new music concerts, and I guess she commissioned this piece in 1996 to be presented after her death in a special concert. So if this this sort of article from the Cornell Chronicle is accurate, this is probably the premiere of the piece in 2010. Although maybe it was performed before then, I'm not sure. And it shared a program with Stephen Stuckey, Astor Piazzolla, and Henry Cowell, some piano pieces. So I guess this, even though Lavista is a Mexican composer, he's a Mexican American, and this piece's history is firmly cemented in sort of an American New York new music scene. So that is sort of our time and place for this, and I'll have a listen here and let you know my thoughts. Again, like every other listening, I'm going into this pretty much blind. I don't know what this one's going to sound like, and I'm excited to give it my full attention. And hopefully my anecdotal opinions can help guide your listening to it as well. Again, this is the recording. Great, so I really hope you listened along, because this is a very sensitive, interesting work, and I think it was very appropriate for the occasion. And yeah, it's very unlike the other two string quartets we've looked at of his. And yeah, it kind of reminded me of Bartók in his string quartets often, well, I can't remember which quartet it is exactly, but he has this sort of slow music called night music, where it's very drony, and the ensemble is contributing to a sort of texture that's very often very quiet, and it kind of reminded me of that, but it is 16 minutes long, so it just has a very different effect on you, and the harmonic language is very consonant, but it's like stacked fifths for most of the first 2 or 3 minutes, but with these little like chromatic inflections, so you'll hear like it sounds like it's very C oriented on the cello's open C, but then you'll get these like little flourishes with E flats and B flats in them, so you're not sure if it's like C major or C minor, and he kind of just sits in these harmonic areas for long periods of time, and kind of seamlessly transitions into different harmonic areas. Like the piece ends on an A, which is really interesting. But it's sort of just there's a constant stream of sustained notes, peppered with little pizzicato notes or melodic figures, and it was very hypnotizing. Like, I'm a little bit sleepy right now, and it made me want to sleep in a good way. Like, it was very, very dreamlike, and yeah, just had a very quiet dynamic too the entire time, and it never really lost it. It never really became stale or boring. There was always this little bit of activity going on somewhere, and yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a while, because definitely is different. A lot of natural harmonics, especially in the beginning. So if you are trying to figure out your way around stringed instruments and like what natural harmonics sound like, I think this is a good place to start. The harmonic trills too are in the very beginning of the piece, and they kind of come back towards the ending of it, and yeah, it was all. I thought it was all very tasteful. So yeah, that was Sinfonias. The title is still puzzling me. I don't really know what the significance of the title is, but it's a pretty inoffensive title for an inoffensive piece of music. If you have any idea why it's titled the way it is, I'd be interested to hear people's interpretations. And yeah, that's that one. So thanks for showing an interest in this, and this will be the last Mario Lavista quartet we listened to for a little while. We're going to move on to something very different.